Hi, everyone. My name is Francesca Mangano, and I am a Master's in Social Work intern on the Crossroads for Hope team. This presentation is a part of our Planning for Peace of Mind educational series and will focus on advanced directives. The purpose of this program as a whole is to bring awareness to the available resources for advanced planning, equip individuals with tools for communicating their end-of-life wishes, and empower all people to take control of their own future, health, and well-being. So why plan? While we all may have different approaches to advanced care planning, everyone deserves the right to self-determination, autonomy, and human dignity. And these are all things that should be recognized right up until end of life. When we open up communication with loved ones and our healthcare team and clearly express our wishes, we become one step closer to fulfilling those rights. Another big reason to plan is to reduce the burden for our loved ones. Sometimes we aren't as inclined to do things for ourselves, but more willing to do it for others. And this is definitely one of those things. Unfortunately, a lot of people are left guessing what their loved ones would or would have wanted at end of life. And this burden can cause distress, depression, and guilt among many. So it's really important to do this for our loved ones. Another reason to plan is to enhance discussions around end-of-life care, increase trust in our relationships, and really just make sure that any and all wishes you may have are properly communicated and honored. And finally, we plan to provide a peace of mind for both ourselves and our loved ones. Okay, so what is an advanced directive? An advanced directive is this overarching term that refers to any written legal document that outlines your healthcare wishes. Now, there are many different types of documents and terms you may hear when it comes to advanced directives and advanced care planning. These terms depend on which state you live in, the type of medical orders or wishes you want to include, and whether or not you have a serious or terminal illness, which we are going to delve deeper into. So under this umbrella term of advanced directives, you may see terms such as healthcare proxy, medical power of attorney, durable power of attorney, and actually all of these mean the same thing. We also see DNR, or do not resuscitate orders, POLSTS, or in some states, MOLSTS, and living wills. Every state has a standard advanced directive that generally includes two main components. So we have the proxy directive and the instructions directives, which is also known as your living will. So the proxy, this is where you choose someone you trust to carry out your wishes. The instruction directive or living will lays out the specific instructions on those life-sustaining measures. So that includes CPR, artificial fluids and nutrition, brain death, and whether or not you want your organs donated. In a standard advanced directive, you can fill out just the proxy component, just the instructions or living will, or both. It's completely up to you. But to make it valid, this third part is crucial. So it must be signed in front of two witnesses or a notary or attorney to be legal. And it's important to note that a standard advanced directive can be filled out by anyone of any age or health status. So we're just going to take a look at the two main parts of that advanced directive. So again, we have that first component, the proxy, and this is where we designate someone to make decisions for us if we become unable to do so ourselves. It's really important that we choose someone we trust to be able to and willing to carry out the wishes and health care decisions that align with our priorities. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a spouse or child. This person should just clearly understand what you want and be willing to accept this responsibilities. And again, make decisions that align with what we want and our values and priorities. Other terms we may see to refer to a healthcare proxy include healthcare agent, representative, surrogate, medical power of attorney, or durable power of attorney for healthcare. And these all refer to the same thing. So that second component, the living well. This is where we include those specific instructions regarding interventions we do or do not want, should we be in terminal condition or unable to express our own wishes. So yeah, this is that part that addresses those different life-sustaining measures in certain circumstances. So outside of a standard advanced directive, we have DNR orders and POLSTS. And these two things are a bit different from standard advanced directives because they are medical orders, not just guides to our wishes and choosing a healthcare proxy. They're specific medical orders for our physicians. And they're definitely a bit more specific based off of the treatment and the population they're used for. So the DNR order, or do not resuscitate order, must be signed by a physician and specifies that you do not want to be resuscitated, which means you do not want to be performed CPR on if your heart stops beating. So this order only focuses on whether or not you want CPR in an emergency. It does not address those other treatments such as artificial nutrition, fluids, and antibiotics. And these orders are generally used when there's a lower chance of survival with CPR if a person's heart stops beating. You can cancel a DNR order at any time. POLSTS are another type of order. They stand for Portable or Practitioner Order for Life-Sustaining Treatment. In some states, such as New York, you may hear it referred to as MOLST, or Medical Order for Life-Sustaining Treatment. But they mean the same thing. This type of document is specifically for people with serious or advanced illness, and it communicates your wishes as medical orders. The other difference here is that a POLST is filled out by a physician, while a standard advanced directive is filled out by the patient. So again, these tell your healthcare providers during a medical emergency what you want. Either take me to the hospital, or I want to stay here. Yes, attempt CPR, or no, do not attempt CPR. These are the medical treatments I want. This is the care plan I want followed. So compared to healthcare to standard advanced directives, POLSTS gives seriously ill people more specific direction over their treatments. And compared to DNR orders, it covers more options. It does not just address CPR. So like all of these documents, whether or not POLST is for you can depend on which state you're in. But in New Jersey, for example, it is for individuals with a metastatic cancer diagnosis, dementia, or people who have a prognosis of less than 2 years. The reason it may be referred to as a portable order for life-sustaining treatment is because it goes with you wherever you go, whether that be at a home, a nursing home, or hospital. Here you can see an example of what the POLST form looks like. As you can see in New Jersey, the form is this bright green color. It's important to make copies of these forms to have in multiple places and to keep one in a place that can be easily seen and found. Many doctors recommend putting it on your fridge. One really helpful resource to utilize in advanced care planning is 5 Wishes. 5 Wishes is an organization that offers an advanced directive booklet that is legally valid in nearly every state. So definitely check to see if it applies to your state. The document is written in everyday, simplified language and covers personal, spiritual, medical, and legal wishes all in one place. You can find this document on their website and complete it either digitally or print it out. The organization also provides conversation guides and other really helpful materials to support you through advanced care planning. So I definitely recommend checking them out on their website, which I included here, www.5wishes.org. So the 5 Wishes document breaks it all down into 5 big components. Number 1, who you want to make healthcare decisions for you when you cannot. So this is going to be that healthcare proxy part that we talked about. Number 2, the kind of medical treatment you want or don't want. And this is the living will part, where again, you include those instructions regarding specific treatments. Number 3, how comfortable you want to be. Number 4, how you want people to treat you. And number 5, what you want your loved ones to know. Again, you can learn more about the document on their website. Now, we definitely recognize this information process can be overwhelming. So let's take a look at how and where you can get started. First of all, remember that this is not a one-size-fits-all process. Think about what kind of advanced directive or approach to advanced care planning is right for you. You also want to open up the conversation with your loved ones and healthcare team. Involve them in these important discussions. Then, to get these documents, you can either download them online or ask your physician to provide you with them. Remember that the forms vary by state. 2 great websites that have state-specific forms on them are caringinfo.org and eforms.com. So to summarize, here are some concrete steps you can take to get you started. Number 1, spend time thinking about your values. What matters to you at end of life? Who will be the family member or friend to speak for you? Are there treatments you want or don't want? What do you consider a quality of life? Do you want to spend your last days at home? Who do you want to be surrounded by? The next step you can take is to communicate these values and wishes with your loved ones and healthcare provider. And number 3, tell your physician or someone else on your healthcare team that you would like to complete an advanced directive form. Again, you can also check out 5 wishes or find state-specific forms online. So that's it for this presentation. For more information on this process, estate and financial planning, hospice care, and how to facilitate these difficult discussions, you can check out the other presentations as a part of our Planning for Peace of Mind series. And if you are ever looking for further support for end-of-life care or the shared decision-making process, please do not hesitate to reach out to someone on the Crossroads for Hope team. Thank you so much for listening and have a great day.